Humanity's quest for knowledge and adventure knows no limitations when it comes to the exploration of the vastness of space. This is marked by the consistent discoveries about the space being made by scientists all over the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Liftoff normal. P1
Here
tracking.
we have a majestic liftoff of LVM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
With this in mind, we are about to set off on a quest for knowledge as we stand at the nexus of science and wonder. In this video, we will be talking about a courageous mission that was carried out by one of the most reputed space agencies in the world, the Indian Space Research Organization, commonly known as ISRO. The mission we are going to talk about is the Chandrayaan-3, India's third and latest lunar mission, launched by ISRO on the 14th of July 2023, which went on to become a resounding success by landing on the unexplored south pole of the moon. You must be wondering how it all began. Let's do a time travel and go back to the past. It all began in the year 2008, a pivotal moment in India's space odyssey. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, achieved a remarkable feat with Chandrayaan-1, the nation's maiden lunar mission successfully launched on the 22nd of October. With a fervent spirit and a modest budget, India sent forth its probe to the moon. The spacecraft used was the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle XL rocket that included a moon impact probe. Upon touching the moon's surface on the 8th of November 2008, the moon impact probe successfully dropped at a point near the South Pole, which was named as the Jawahar Stulls or Jawahar Point.
First time the scientists have launched with all so many complex technologies they have used, and they succeeded. That is historical according to me.
The purpose was to prepare a 3D mapping of both far and near sides of the moon and procure a high-resolution imaging on the distribution of the mineralogical, chemical, and photogeologic elements on the moon, as well as detect the presence of water molecules. The mission was a huge success, as it not only enhanced the technological capabilities of India, but also provided some magnificent discoveries such as high-resolution images of the moon's surface to help scientists studying its topography, thereby assisting them in detecting potential landing sites for conducting any future missions. Confirmation on the presence of water molecules in the shadowed polar regions on the moon's surface, thus assuring future possibilities for human colonization.
We have collected a large amount of imageries from the moon, and the information that has been brought in, it takes easily more than 10 years to have even a quick look at it.
Valuable insights on the moon's geological history and composition through identification of various minerals such as aluminum, magnesium, iron, and calcium. With this success, ISRO entered into a league of elite space agencies because of its incredible cost-effective tech infrastructure. International space agencies such as NASA, Bulgarian Academy of Sciences, and European Space Agency have strengthened their collaboration with India for the future, thus influencing the country's reputation in the global space community. With the success of Chandrayaan-1 mission, there was no looking back for ISRO and India. Fast forward to 2019, this is when the next chapter of the Indian space research history was written. This was the year of Chandrayaan-2. ISRO's resolve remained unshaken as the nation embarked on another lunar expedition. This time, the mission's gaze was set upon the enigmatic south pole of the moon. It was a follow-up mission to the Chandrayaan-1 that was designed to further explore the moon's surface, specifically from the unexplored South Pole region. The purpose of Chandrayaan-2 was to obtain a detailed study of mineralogy, topography, thermophysical characteristics, surface chemical composition, and fragile lunar atmosphere through soft landing and roving on the lunar surface. Chandrayaan-2 had three major components: an orbiter, Vikram lander, named after the founder of ISRO Vikram Sarabhai, and Prajnan rover for enhancing reading and imaging of the moon. The orbiter was designed to conduct remote sensing observations. Vikram lander carried the rover and was intended to make a soft landing near the South Pole, while Prajnan rover was designed to explore the lunar surface and perform experiments. While everything was planned to the T, we all know that the cosmic dance is seldom without its trials. The Vikram lander's descent was a heartbeat away from triumph, but destiny had other plans. As communication faded, the world held its breath. Despite acing most of the landing stages, the lander missed the primary landing site, and while attempting for the second, it lost communication with ISRO's ground control. On the 7th of September, the Vikram lander crashed at barely 335 meters from the surface, destroying the rover as well, rendering Chandrayaan-2 a failed mission of ISRO. The main reasons behind this failure were attributed to anomalies in the braking system in the lander and engine malfunction, because of which it developed greater thrust, accumulating errors on the higher side and compromising the stability of the lander, thus causing the crash. Amidst adversity, the Chandrayaan-2 orbiter emerged as the silent sentinel of space. Its mission persisted, mapping the moon's surface and uncovering its mineral composition with unmatched precision. The smoothly functioning payloads made incredible discovery of the hydration features of the moon with traces of sodium atoms, hydroxyl, and water ice. ISRO's ambitious efforts and commitment to continue the journey to space have been commended and applauded by international space agencies, namely NASA, European Space Agency, UAE Space Agency, Australian Space Agency, etc. This brings us to the third and arguably the most important chapter of the Indian Space Odyssey. We have all heard of the famous quote, "Failures are the pillars of success." This holds especially true for ISRO, given the partial failure they experienced with the Chandrayaan-2 mission 4 years ago. No one would have imagined that within a span of just 4 years, ISRO would achieve a historic feat that no other country has achieved yet. So, out of setbacks from the Chandrayaan-2 mission, the spirit of innovation emerged stronger than before. Chandrayaan-3, the phoenix of the cosmos, was born. Designed with lessons from the past, the spacecraft was launched on the 14th of July 2023, setting its sights on a triumphant return to the lunar stage. The purpose of this mission was to soft land on the unexplored south pole of the moon and use a rover to conduct in situ scientific experiments. The spacecraft comprised of the Vikram lander module, propulsion module, and a rover named Prajnan. The electronic subsystems of the satellite have been powered by solar energy and stored in batteries to ensure suitable power generation and distribution systems. Both Vikram and Prajnan carried significant payloads to measure the temperature profile of the lunar topsoil, thermal behavior of the lunar surface, and elemental composition in the vicinity of the landing site. Fast forward to the 27th of August 2023, a defining moment awaited. Chandrayaan-3's lander module executed a flawless descent and achieved a triumphant landing on the South Pole region of the moon as expected, a testimony to human ingenuity and perseverance. The overall expedition was conducted with an investment of just $75 million, and with this success, India has created a history since no other country could achieve it till date. After Chandrayaan-1's successful findings of water molecules and chemical components on the lunar surface, exploring the permanently shadowed craters of the moon's polar region was of significant interest to the ISRO scientists, as there could be traces of water indicating possibilities of life existence. The landing site has been named as the Shiv Shakti Point, honoring the momentous achievement of the Indian scientists. With Chandrayaan-2's failure, ISRO officials could derive many learnings and incorporate them while designing Chandrayaan-3. Certain corrective decisions were taken to fix the satellite problems, stability issues, and software glitches. Considerable changes were made to the capabilities of the lander module, such as improved thruster configuration, reinforced landing gear, expanded solar array, optimized engines, and sophisticated computer software. Chandrayaan-3 had 4 throttle-able engines as opposed to 5 in Chandrayaan-2, albeit generating the same thrust. This made way for the addition of a laser Doppler velocimeter, which was installed to obtain more precise guidance while executing autonomous landing maneuver. Besides, 2 lander hazard detection and avoidance cameras were installed along with extra fuel to cope up with any potential disruption during the voyage. These trajectory adjustments enabled the ISRO engineers to test several landing scenarios, ascertaining their readiness to tackle different contingencies and enhancing the mission's efficiency and resilience. On the moon's surface, Vikram and Pragyan embarked on a journey of exploration. Their scientific payloads meticulously analyzed the lunar topsoil's temperature, chemical composition, and detected the presence of key elements such as sulfur, aluminium, iron, chromium, and titanium. At the time of making this video, the Pragyan rover had traversed over 100 meters and continuing. With the success of the Chandrayaan-3 mission, India's galactic ambitions keep evolving, thus turning dreams into reality. This endeavor has made India the 4th country globally to operate a rover on the moon, after the US, Russia, and China, and the first country to touch down on the unexplored South Pole region of the moon. Many countries have attempted to join this elite club, such as Japan's iSpace-led Hakuto R Mission 1, crashed in April before reaching the moon, and Russia's Luna 25 mission entered into an uncontrollable orbit and crashed on the moon's surface on the 19th of August. Unlike these unsuccessful ventures, Chandrayaan-3 performed all its functions from launch to landing absolutely perfectly. Our journey extends far beyond lunar soil. With Chandrayaan-3 as our guiding star, we now look towards the sun, the stars, and the cosmic wonders that beckon us. Owing to the advanced technical abilities and cost-effectiveness of the missions, ISRO scientists have become increasingly ambitious about exploring different solar activities in real time in order to understand their influence on the weather changes in space. ISRO aims to learn more about other stars in the Milky Way. The Sun, being the nearest star to the Earth, has provided ISRO scientists with the scope to make the first space-based Indian observatory named Aditya L-1, which was launched on the 2nd of September 2023. These space research programs conducted by India reflect upon the competencies and eligibility of every Indian to contribute efficiently to the country's development in the international space activities. Chandrayaan-3's success is driven by several women scientists, and it is expected that this will inspire more young women to study about science and technologies. Thus, women will be more empowered whose efforts and skills can contribute to the greater good of the world. The universe, a tapestry of mystery, begs us to unravel its mysteries like a jigsaw puzzle waiting to be solved. The story of Chandrayaan keeps evolving, not only as a mission, but also as a representation of our unquenchable curiosity and indomitable spirit, a tribute to humanity's never-ending quest for knowledge and the undiscovered mysteries that lie beyond the Earth's embrace. In this cosmic adventure, we not only find the answers to ages-old questions, but also gather the inspiration to continue on our path into the uncharted territories. And therefore, it is important for us to remember that the end is just the beginning. We hope you liked this video, and if you have, please press the like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. Do let us know what you think about this video in the comments section. Your feedback will help us to improve further. Also, let us know what other topics would you like us to cover in our next video.